All right, ladies, this is Alex from Mindful Attracting 2.0, and this is the third time I'm making this fucking video. This is the third time is me making this video, and we're gonna be talking about how to empower your man. And the reason why I found this question to be kind of good, and I wanted to make this video, is because I've been getting this question a lot, especially with women who have guys who are not that motivated, who have guys that just seem to, enjoy mediocrity, and a lot of the times I really don't recommend you women working on little projects, and guys are not cars that you could invest in and whatnot. But I definitely see how you could definitely empower a guy to motivate him. Now, a lot of the times that has to do with him as well. Is nature versus nature, nature versus nurture to some way. For example, there was one girl I used to talk to, and she lived in Florida, and she wanted to be a doctor, right? And at the time, I was a caseworker, and she was like, yeah, I want to be a doctor. And I'm like, I don't know, this is not, if this is going to work out, I better earn at least at your level, And so as a result, I started studying how to make websites. I started learning programming, and that was all because I said, okay, she does this. In order for this relationship to be balanced, I need to be a little motivated. And that motivated me. Now, most guys are not like that. You see, most guys are not as crazy and as irrational as I am to set high goals, and that's possible. You just have to be crazy about it. But there are things that you can do to empower him, to make him experience what it is to succeed, to give him a little taste of what's possible. I could show you guys how to do it. There are 5 different ways to do this. These are not all the best ways. No, these are not all of the ways. But from my experience, these are the ways. All right, so let's get started. The first one is orchestrate moments of need. Create moments when you need him. All right, because a lot of times, a lot of people want to feel needed. A lot of people want to feel like they've done something of importance in their life. And so whenever they're with their woman, and a lot of women, they act like they don't need you. They don't want guys to do things for them because they're a woman and they're powerful. So like, I don't need a man. The problem though is that it makes a guy feel useless. A lot of the times you want to feel needed, because what tends to happen is that when you feel like you help somebody out, it helps your self-esteem. You feel stronger. You feel validated, especially if you're helping your woman. And so it's better to orchestrate moments of need. Orchestrate moments when you need his emotional support. Orchestrate moments if you're a very independent woman. Orchestrate moments when you need his help. Like, tell him that you need help with this and you need help with that, and thank him for it. Why? Because when a guy feels like he's helped you, when a guy feels like he was responsible to help you feel better, to help you solve a problem, it helps him realize that he's actually useful. All right. Now, this may not be what changes his life forever, but if you create moments when that he's gonna feel needed and that he's gonna feel empowered, it's much better than him feeling that he's not needed. It's just much better. It's a good place to start the foundation of him believing himself through helping other people out. All right. So the second one is get them to try new things with you. First thing is showing them that they can learn something. What's more important, getting good at something and then putting yourself in a position where you will need to learn it again. For example, tell them that let's go to CrossFit for a whole month and see if we could do it. Like, just make it a challenge. Tell them, hey, let's see if we could go to the gym every single day for a month. I don't think I could do it, but let's see if we could try it. Like, tell them, hey, let's go run a marathon. Let's just see if this could happen. Like, create that camaraderie where both of you guys are in it together. All right, and so the whole point about this is to put yourselves in the position where you guys have to learn, where you guys have to go through the growing pains. Like, start doing yoga and say, damn, I can't stretch. Let's see if we can start stretching and be more flexible. Why? Because something about success, for example, for me, what gave me the little success that I have in my life was basketball. That's the first thing, was playing basketball. I sucked at playing basketball, and I always thought I sucked because I sucked. The problem was that I never really practiced the fundamentals. I never really sat down. No, I've never really went to the gym alone and practiced my form consistently, like an hour a day, my form. I never did that. As soon as I started doing that, I realized that in order to get good at basketball, it's not about how much you play basketball, but how much you practice fundamentals. So then I said to myself, okay, if this works with this, maybe it'll work for getting girls. And so I worked and practiced the fundamentals of picking up women. I didn't just approach women to see what would happen. I would approach with a skill that I had in mind. Okay, today I'm gonna practice being silent and learning how to be comfortable with the silence, because that's a fundamental. And so what I did was I realized, okay, in order to get good at something, you first got to be uncomfortable. And then you get the comfort. And then in order to improve on that, you got to, once again, find a way to be uncomfortable and then get good at that. And once you understand it at an emotional level, not intellectually, but at an emotional level, what it is to get good, suddenly you could begin to apply it to all the areas. So when it came to business, and I sucked at business and making money, I said to myself, Delexis, remember, this is how it is. In the beginning, it's hard. In the beginning, this is how it is. So you are uncomfortable right now, but that means that because you're uncomfortable, what's waiting for you is the success that you have in mind. And that's what's gonna happen. So when you so when you show him that, holy shit, it's hard, but then you could improve upon it, it gives him a reference experience. It gives him something that he could refer to. So when he's trying to achieve another goal, he can say, you know what, I remember that one time I sucked at yoga, but then after the more I did yoga, the easier it got, the more limber I became. So let me just practice, let me just apply what I learned with that to this, to business, to working out. That it's gonna be hard in the beginning, but that's how things are. In the beginning, momentum, it's difficult to gain, but as soon as you gain momentum, you ride that motherfucker. And so, but it's not only that, it's not just getting good at something, but also understanding that once you get good at something, you cannot get comfortable and intentionally put yourself in positions where you're uncomfortable. Like, it's literally showing him the process of learning. Once you get good at the foundations of yoga, then you gotta start again and suck at it through going to the intermediate level and start stretching parts of your body you didn't think you could stretch. The third one is have him help you stay consistent. Be the example. So a lot of the times, in order to help people out, it's not by telling them that they gotta change, but rather by you saying, help me change. Like saying, baby, look, I know you're overweight, but I need to get go to the gym. So all I'm asking for you, just wake me up in the morning. Just please help me stay consistent. And when you work at the gym, you have him encourage you, have him give you the motivation. And so what's gonna happen is he's gonna be around success. He's gonna see, wow, she's doing this. And you're not gonna tell him to do it. You're just gonna be the example. You're gonna have that enthusiasm. And so that's what's gonna motivate him. Don't win your arguments. Don't prove your points through your words. Prove your points through your actions and the results you have. So if you want him to be consistent going to the gym, you go to the gym and be consistent. And so he's going to be around that. And he's going to admire that. I'm telling you. This is how it is, yo. Like, having someone who's consistent at something, who's good at something, like, the thing is, it's one thing knowing that it happens, but it's one thing seeing a transformation in somebody. It really does motivate you. So if you want him to be motivated, you first be motivated. Oh my God, this is just beautiful babysitter, my Lord. Such a beautiful woman. And I feel like I'm creeping in the fucking I'm like creeping in the bushes. Let me show you. Look. I think you can see. I don't think you guys will be able to see her, but she's just this beautiful lady, man. Anyways, my bad. I think my bad. I'm sorry, guys. There you go. All right. Sorry about this. Okay. Anyways, all right, let's get going. Okay. The fourth one is talk about guys who are highly motivated, and talk about their traits, not their outcome. So for example, it's about talk about, oh my God, I love Leonardo DiCaprio. Not because you can talk about, I love how motivated he is. I love how dedicated he is. I love how consistent he is. Like I just find guys who are passionate about something, who are consistent in something, fucking hot. Like, you don't talk about the millions he's made. You just talk about the traits he's had that enables him to automatically succeed. For example, like the one trait that I know that if you acquire, it's passion and the pure obsession about something. So when you talk about, man, I just love guys who are just passionate about their goals, passionate about this, passionate about that. Or even say, baby, I love the way you're passionate about that. And just highlight the one thing that he's passionate, so that maybe he can say, damn, she finds that attractive. Let me try to expand that. For example, I remember, okay. I'll talk about this. I was never going to talk about this, but I'll talk about this. What got me into YouTube was that one day I made a video about how to quit smoking weed, right? And that was like many years ago, because I had a job interview, and I made that video. And I just made that video because I wanted to remind myself. So I just put it on YouTube. I was like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. It was more like a personal journal. And 2 months later, I looked back, and that shit had 30,000 views. And I'm like, whoa, damn, right? And I didn't push too much thought until 2 years later, that girl from Florida, the girl who wanted to be a lawyer, a doctor, I was like, man, like, I got to find a way to make some money. Right? And so I was like, let me start doing YouTube perhaps. And I sucked at it, right? But then I started making YouTube videos about how to quit smoking. Right? And mind you, I was being a hypocrite, right? But the whole point was that the reason why I began doing it was because I got validation. I got people like saying, "Ooh, I like that." Like I got rewarded by the views, so I kept repeating it. Now it wasn't that I chose to do it, but rather I was feeling good because other people were making me feel good about it, so I did it more. See what I'm saying? So you got to find a trait in him. It doesn't matter if it's small, but if you say, "Man, I like that about you," boom, he's gonna start doing it more. Or talk about a trait in another guy. That again, you don't talk about the outcome. You talk about the trait. Like Dwayne Johnson, I love how motivated he is. So when you talk about the motivation, it's not about the outcome because he cannot match that. Just make sure he matches with the intensity, with the trait, because the trait will naturally produce those results. So admire those traits. Don't admire the hood motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? If you can admire the hood motherfuckers, admire their business accolades. Like I just love Tyrone, man. I love the drug. I love his drug business. It's kind of like Chris Park when he was like talking about how the parents should be proud of their kids having a crack house. He'd be like, man, my son has a crack house. And it's nice too. Something like that. Anyways, so the fifth one and the last one is admire his qualities that are great and talk about it. Start small. It goes with what I said today. Is that you don't first start want to create something in him. Bring it out in him. Bring out what's already in him. Look for the traits that are there, like little scintillas. For example, me when I was a kid, I was someone who couldn't focus. You could tell, even when I talk on camera, I'm always being distracted. But what started happening was people kept telling me I'm very creative. Like I remember when I was working as a caseworker, they would tell me that during discussions, they would always tell me, man, you give a lot of great points, because they always tell people, what do you think about this case? And I always gave great points. And so people kept reinforcing that happened to me. And so I always thought myself as someone who was creative. But that started because when I was a child, when I was a beautiful child, in church, they would always say, wow, you're so smart. Wow, you know the Bible so much. And so to get more of that reaction, I kept reading more and learning more. You see what I'm saying? And so it started small, but because I kept getting good reactions, I kept doing it more. So that's what you got to do. You got to find out the traits that he has, the rudimentary traits, and keep encouraging it through noticing it, through rewarding him and whatnot. Saying, oh my God, I know you were late, baby, but I just love when you're just passionate about that. I love that when you just went to the gym. I don't know, I just find that so fucking hot. Like, don't talk about the outcome. Talk about the trait. You see what I'm saying? And so what's going to happen, he's going to begin seeing himself as that, because you're seeing him as that. And if he loves you, and you see that in him, he's going to begin seeing it in himself, because he looks for your validation. I'm telling you, man. Like, that's what an empowered woman is. You're empowering him. You're making him feel good about himself. You're making him believe in himself. And that all starts with him beginning to see himself in new ways. Right? Anyways, this is how it's done, man. You got to orchestrate moments of needs to help him feel empowered. Get him trying new things. Have him help you stay consistent. Talk about guys who are highly motivated and talk about their traits, not the outcome, and admire his qualities that are great and talk about it. Start small, and that's how it's done. That's how it's done. You see, another one would be actually just talk about his potential. Talk about the things that he admires to do, and just talk about it. Ask him, what would you do if you actually achieve that? What would you do if this actually happened? Imagine how you would look like. Oh my God, you would look so sexy if you were this, if you were that. You see, you just start speculating, start dreaming with him. All right? Talk about his childhood dreams. And just talk about it. When you just talk about it, it creates a dissatisfaction, a need in his heart. And so maybe it'll motivate him to take some action. Who knows, right? But this is it, man. This is Alex from lifeattraction.org. I may make another video today. I got some stuff to do today. But take care and have a good day. Bye-bye. I'm still here, guys. I just got to turn this off. That's all.